specifically reached out to you, Adam Burns,
No.
and said, hey, bitch, if you blah, blah, blah. When it's posted in general, then it's kind of more like a shit post, right? It's more kind of like one of those, like, you know, if you vote for Trump, then I'm going to move to Canada, whatever. It can be extreme, but it's not necessarily something that someone's going to follow through on.
I think the audio is good on the YouTube now, but
Okay.
if anybody wants to look at it.
Yeah, I think Gary Bearden was watching it.
So anyway, I still love this person. I thought,
Yeah,
I feel
like we're good. I feel like we're
this
good. I feel
person
like,
may hate me now.
I hope that this person doesn't hate us.
But I'm not going to change my opinion because I can't live in that box, Daniel. I can't do it.
But if you are someone that disagrees with us, you know what you could do? You could go over to Podchaser and you could leave a review for this very podcast. And why? Why would you want to do that, you would ask? Well, because for the entire month of April, for every review left for any podcast, not just ours, for any podcast on Podchaser, they are going to donate 25 cents to Meals on Wheels, America's Go Further Fund. Also, on top of that, if we reply to your comment that you leave on our show, they'll double the donation. So it's a good chance for you to help out your favorite podcast. Doesn't have to be us. Podchaser list all the podcasts that you would want to that you would be listening to. Just go leave a review for each one of them and spend some money, give some money to Meals on Wheels America. Go further fun. Go further. I can't talk. I think it's a side effect of the COVID vaccine here, Adam, that I can't talk.
Podchaser always makes me think of other types of chasers.
like a fat chaser and
chubby chaser, bug chaser.
Zero chaser? Is that a thing? Someone in the chat room will tell me the people that are trying to get HIV. They call them, I think, zero chasers, or because they want to seroconvert, I think. There's probably someone, it's going to come through here in just a minute. Oh, bug chaser. Well, that was easier. So, did you mute your microphone?
I did. I'm sorry. I was responding in the chat room.
Oh, no, that's fine.
I shouldn't do that.
No, that's fine. I wasn't hearing the rain anymore, so I didn't know if the rain had stopped.
The rain is still coming down.
Adam, I know you watched this show. I know you watched this show, this Young Sheldon.
I do, yeah. I like it. I think it's a good show. I also enjoyed Big Bang Theory, although some people don't.
On your talking about it, I have started going. I went back to season 1 of The Big Bang Theory, and I've been watching. I've watched Young Sheldon from the beginning, so I'm up to current on the Young Sheldon. Now, have you seen this week's Young Sheldon episode?
Probably not. We watch them in Hulu, and I don't pay attention, and we haven't watched an episode this week, so I don't think so.
I feel as though this episode was the first one recorded post-COVID. Like, I feel like the first half of the season that they've released to us was kind of recorded before we got sent home, lockdown last year, and that this one was recorded after, because if you watch
Did somebody grow up a lot?
Oh my God. Ian Armitage has hit a growth spurt, and they're trying to hide it with the makeup.
Well, which one is Ian? Is Ian Sheldon?
Yes, Sheldon, okay. Young Sheldon himself. His voice is dropped a little bit, and he's much taller, and his face looks different. It's like, oh, he's getting older. Now in real life, he's 12. In real life, Ian Armitage is 12, and he's playing a 12-year-old, and 12-year-olds do have growth spurts. But I'm just saying, it's like, wow. It's just like they were trying to hide it, though. It was like they were shooting everything weirdly, and it's like he had way too much makeup on, and it was crazy.
Mark will notice immediately, because Mark, anytime we watch a show with children in it, it really bugs him that they grow up. He's like, they've gotten taller and different. And I'm like, yes, Mark, that happens.
It usually happens.
Children grow up, right? You know?
It usually happens between seasons.
Well,
I'm waiting anxiously for the last season of Lost in Space, because I'm sure that Will Robinson is now going to be like 8 feet tall. So it's like it's taken so long for them to make this third season.
I actually found the older brother went from being young looking to, I feel like he's hot now. I don't know why. He went from young to hot.
But when you went watching Young Sheldon from episode 1, they were very young. I mean, they're the same age as the characters that they're playing. But it's funny because in season 1 of The Big Bang Theory, he talks about, there's a cameo from his mom and from his sister in season 1 of The Big Bang Theory. Now, obviously, that was recorded years before Young Sheldon, and it was kind of funny that they were matching. Like I would say that the actress that they portray, that is portraying Sheldon's mom and Young Sheldon, is doing a Laurie Metcalf impersonation. Like
maybe
she looks a little like Laurie Metcalf, but she's doing a Laurie Metcalf impersonation because that's who plays his mom in The Big Bang Theory.
You probably haven't watched Scandal.
No.
Because I don't see
I don't know why I said that so judgmentally.
I don't see you as a Shonda Rhimes devotee, but
I think
Scandal.
I tried to watch it. Was Scandal the one where she has like this rooftop law firm that has a greenhouse and a high tech stuff? Yeah, I couldn't buy. It's like as soon as it was like, hey, we're going back to the home base, and here we are in this penthouse apartment, which is actually just a rundown greenhouse with a cool elevator, and like it's like, oh, okay, no, I'm not in for this.
So okay, well, on that show, the woman who plays the mom on Young Sheldon, plays some like really mean, horrible assassin woman.
Oh.
And it's such a juxtaposition of, and she does such a good job, I feel like, playing both of those characters, but they're so completely different that when we first started watching Young Sheldon, I think we had just, wrapped up Scandal, and we're like, oh my God, like this is so different for her. But anyway, she played a bad bitch in Scandal.
Bad bitch.
Yeah. She got killed, though.
Remember when Starbuck tried to play the Bionic Woman and it sucked?
I do, yeah. Sure. I was really excited about that though, because I really like the Bionic Woman and the $1 Million Man.
I liked them, I think, when I was a kid. Have you watched them as an adult?
I don't think so.
You should take the time to go and watch an episode of $6 Million Man.
I prefer to have good memories of things because I know they're not really as good as what.
I don't think it'll ruin your childhood or anything.
Most of the cartoons I enjoyed when I was a kid are not really good now. When I go back, I know some people when they become an adult, they still love cartoons. I'm not one of those people.
Do you have Peacock?
It's free. I have.
There is a paid part of it, but yeah, I believe $6 Million Man is on Peacock.
Oh,
so just go check out just an episode, just a random episode of the $6 Million Man. It's pretty bad. It's pretty bad.
I liked the little noise they used when he would run, and it'd be or whatever.
It was like genius.
Yeah.
They instead of making him go really fast, they just slowed it down.
Well, it's interesting because that's kind of what they did in the Zack Snyder. I don't know if you've seen the Zack Snyder. Oh no, you don't. You hate DC. So the Zack Snyder.
It's catching. Oh my God, it's contagious.
The Zack Snyder.
Yes.
What is it? Avenger? No, not Avengers. That's Marvel. Justice League. Yeah. The first scene where you see the Flash, instead of speeding him up, they slow everything down, and it's like, it's like he's going through jelly. I feel like they did that in X-Men.
They did that in X-Men with the Quicksilver.
Probably. Yeah.
Remember, he ran through the room and was moving the bullets.
Yeah, move the bullets, and then yeah.
Aim the arms towards the hand.
It's kind of like a cop out sort of thing. It's like, oh, we don't really want to pay to speed it up. And we want to be artsy at the same time. All right. Well, I'll go back and watch it. Yeah. No, I'll let you know if Mark notices young Sheldon growing up magically overnight.
We didn't have any phone calls this week, did we?
No, we did not.
Didn't have any emails. No phone calls.
What are we gonna do?
I don't know. I feel like we should do like a Gene Scott, like a Dr. Gene Scott. We should just. We're not going to do any more show until you get on the phones. Until you get on the phones and call us, we're not going to do another show. We're not going to do any more show. You
know what radio shows do when they don't get the phone calls they want and stuff? They just have cast members on the show, change their voice or whatever, and play a character. So we could just have characters that we make up where, and call in every week, and we could be different characters.
I had not thought of that. Now I feel that I'm going to do that.
We could write bits, whole skits where
I'm
we
gonna do that. I'm going to have
we interact with
have a
them.
whole new cast of callers coming in soon.
If only we knew a voiceover artist that could actually
I'm Donna Sugars.
do a different voice every week. We could write characters for the voice actor and pay him a little tuppence.
Tuppence?
Have him call in pittance. What is it?
Pittance? I think a tuppence is a coin. A tuppence.
I don't know. A pittance. Whatever.
A 2 pence.
I thought you were reaching over to hit a bumper, and you were reaching over to get your drink. So then
I was. I just feel like it's really early in the show for me to go into the news quiz, so I'm just trying to think what the hell I'm supposed to do.
Well, there's no time limit on this show, or it doesn't have to be as any.
You are absolutely correct.
Length.
News quiz. It's the news quiz. It's the news game, right? Don't I say news game?
I think you do, but we've had conversations about this.
News game. It's news game. It's the news game. What questions will he ask? It is the Big Midas news game. This is a segment of the show where Adam will read me questions from the New York Times news quiz. And I, using only my head, brain, and mouth words, will answer those questions. These are multiple choice questions. I will try to answer them without using the choices. But, of course, if I get stuck, I will ask for them. Adam, people can play along if they would like to by going over to nytimes.com, searching for news quiz, and you will find it there each and every Friday. 11 questions. Adam's going to choose about 5 of them to ask me. Adam, what is question number 1 this evening?
Among countries with at least 30 million residents,
Yes.
which two have dispensed the greatest numbers of vaccine shots per capita so far, with each having given more than 50 shots for every 100 residents? So I have a list of countries here.
All right, go.
And you got to give me 2.
2.
2. All right, we have Canada.
No, they're doing badly.
We have Germany.
They're also doing badly.
We have Japan.
I don't know.
It's just getting worse. I feel like I need to go get in the bathtub. We have Russia.
Yes.
We have Britain. And we have the United States. The United States.
Adam, I think it's us and the UK. I think it's Britain and the United States.
Well, let's look, Daniel. Both of us will find out at the same time. I'm not on the correct soundboard. Oh, no. Give me 1 second. Nope, not that one. That is correct, Daniel.
Okay. Correct.
All right. So many soundboards. Which U.S. state has seen the sharpest rise in coronavirus cases in the past few weeks?
I know this because it starts off every goddamn morning on the Today Show where they talk about Michigan and how the cases are rising in Michigan faster than anywhere else in the country. It is Michigan, Adam.
That is correct. Michigan is in the throes of a coronavirus outbreak. New cases in the state have increased by 89%.
Wow.
And hospitalizations have increased by 124% over the past 2 weeks.
It's probably in the water.
I said that way too peppily. I'm not even sure that peppily is a word, but...
And they all died.
And they all died, Daniel.
Back to you, Bob.
All right. Traffic and weather on the 9s. Which movie has made the most money in the United States theaters during the pandemic?
During the pandemic. Well, it was either... All right, so I know the one that just came out, Kong versus... Your mother, Kong versus Godzilla? Is that? It's
that is a
on
movie that was
HBO,
released recently.
I know that I heard on Cord Killers the other day that it made like 58 million, and that was the most. But then I can't remember because I think at the beginning of the pandemic there was a movie that came out. What? All right, I'm gonna go for one of my lifelines here. What are the choices that I have to choose?
I mean, that's fine. Black Widow, Godzilla versus Kong.
All right, Black Widow has not come out yet.
Okay.
Yes.
Hillbilly Elegy.
No.
I hear someone poops in a bucket on that one or something. Tenet.
You know, we've been locked up all year long, and what do we decide to risk our health to go and see? Someone poop in a bucket. That's what we like to do. Yeah.
Or Wonder Woman 1984.
All right, so Wonder Woman 1984, I know, was released on HBO Max. I don't think it actually even made it to the theaters, right? So, I'm gonna go with King Kong. You know, Kong versus Godzilla.
That is correct. Godzilla versus Kong took in about $48.5 million in U.S. theaters after its release last week. That was the strongest box office performance of the pandemic by far. It's a sign that Americans are eager to return to theaters.
Is it? Is it, though?
And you know what? After that, Warner Media, they had made a statement that all of their movies this year were going to be released simultaneously on HBO Max. They have now backtracked on that. And said that they're going to have a 45-day window because they want to rake in the money, Daniel. They want to release them in theaters.
If I could just pay Disney $30 for every new movie and just watch it in my house and never have to go to a theater with a bunch of fucking morons, I would do that.
The CW recently rebooted the 1970s TV show Kung Fu. I used to love that show. You know, it kind of mars it that he accidentally killed himself because he was masturbating while hanging himself. Whatever that's called. I don't know. It just kind of...
autoerotic asphyxiation?
It kind of ruins the mood. Oh, yeah. He was... I don't know if you ever watched Kung Fu, but he was like really peaceful. And he would go into towns and he would be all peaceful and stuff. And then somebody would be doing something and he'd be like... All right, I guess I'm going to have to beat the shit out of you. And then he would be like, what? Or whatever. And there you go.
I watched like pieces of it before. That was the one where it was like, Grasshopper, if you can take this grain of rice from my hand. That one, right?
I don't know. Like, he's a white guy. I don't think he had an Asian accent.
Okay, what's the question?
So they rebooted the 1970s TV show Kung Fu, which helped introduce many Western audiences to martial arts. Which of these actors played the lead role of a half-Chinese Shaolin monk in the original version?
Carradine.
That's correct, David Carradine. It's
David.
Yeah.
Oh, see, I thought it was Keith Carradine. Didn't Keith Carradine play it after David killed himself? Was that what happened?
No, I think the show was long over by the time he killed himself. He was a much older man when he didn't kill himself on purpose. It was an accident.
Oh, that's Keith Carradine. I never
David
knew that.
Carradine, not Keith Carradine.
No. I get that. The person who I thought was Keith Carradine is actually David Carradine. Carradine, and the person that is Keith Carradine, I've seen him in a lot of things, but I never knew that was his name. Like, he's a character actor that I've seen in a lot of movies. He was in Dexter. He was Dexter's father in Dexter.
Yeah.
Yeah, that's Keith Carradine. I didn't know that. But David Carradine is who I was thinking of. I mean,
Must be his dad. Is that what you just said?
I think so. Yeah.
Okay. All right. This is number 5. New York City. New York City,
formerly
formerly designated the square formed by the intersection of Broadway and 7th Avenue as Times Square.
Yes.
After the New York Times. Huh. And I'm reading this on nytimes.com. 117 years ago this week.
Yes.
What was the square's previous name?
Out of Times Square.
No. Is that your final answer, Daniel?
What are my choices? I have no idea.
You have Ball Drop Plaza. You have Herald Square. You have
Herald. No, there is a Herald Square, so that can't be Herald Square.
You have Long Acre Square. You have Pine Meadow Square,
Yeah.
or you have Short Mile Square.
I have no idea. Our executive producer is saying short. Short is what I'm hearing. I'm hearing short acre or short mile.
Well, you both got it wrong. That is incorrect. It was Long Acre Square, named after a part of London. The new name was chosen. The Times wrote in
I
1904.
think you're just confused, Adam, because you see, a long acre is just another word for a short mile. So we were right. We just
Nope.
you were using the British pronunciation.
Doesn't count. The new name was chosen because the building which the Times has under construction is the most conspicuous edifice in that part of the city.
Those are a lot of words that you just read there.
They are.
Yeah.
That was now give me a second. I got to pull out a card here.
Oh, okay. You got to pull out a 5. Well, you don't have too much time, Adam, because let's throw 60 seconds up on the big board.
The game begins in 3, 2, 1.
What single structure could be bombed to drown most of Egypt's population?
The Great Pyramid.
The Aswan Dam. What Muppet's accent was born when Carol Spinney was asked by a cantankerous New York cabbie, "Where to, Mac?"
Oscar the Grouch.
That is correct. What organization did Jordan cede its West Bank claim to in 1988?
Sears. I don't know.
The Palestinian Liberation Organization.
Oh, yeah, of course. Yeah.
What type of egg will yield 11 1/2 average size omelets?
An ostrich egg.
That is correct. What city saw the birth of a mustard launched by Gray and Poupon in 1777?
Boston.
Dijon. What do you call the stick you use to push a shuffleboard disc? You had time. You didn't even try.
What was it? What was the question?
What do you call the stick you use to push a shuffleboard disc?
We always called them sticks. Well, it's called a puck that you put. It's I don't know.
It's a cue.
A cue.
And by the way, do you know that the next season of Picard is going to feature Q?
Oh, I thought perhaps they were going to feature shuffleboarding. That was going to be a whole new. Let's watch as Admiral Picard retires and plays shuffleboard on his new ship with 7 of 9.
No, they're bringing Q back.
It's fun for the whole family as Captain Picard plays shuffleboard on the Enterprise tonight at the Love Boat. There you go.
You only got 2 out of 6.
I got 2 out of 6, but you know what, Adam? I got 4 out of 5 on the news quiz, which means that really, you get right down to it, I got 6 out of 5, which is well over 100%.
6 out of 5 or 6 out of 11?
Oh, well, I don't count the ones I missed. So I got 6 out of 5 because I just count the main ones. Anyway, Adam, thank you so much. We'll do another news quiz next week. That was a little short. I need a
Maybe you need to
goddamn
take that
timer.
into GarageBand and shorten it a little bit. You know, you can use that
I
beat.
think what I need to, you know what it is? I just can't see the countdown because it's on the mixer and it's a very small countdown, and so I can't see. This has been a recurring problem, Adam.
It's not that small. What are you, a size queen or something? It's
Adam,
it's a pretty large.
I wear glasses, and
clock.
But look at when you play a clip, the sound, the timer for it is in the very top corner of the display. It's not full. Like I
Oh,
can't
that's
make
true. It's next to the little, next to the quarter notes, the eighth notes.
That's right.
Is what I meant.
Maybe you shouldn't be so.
But I can still see that. I look at that number when I'm recording Geeky Gay to make sure I don't run out of time.
Maybe you
Because I
shouldn't be
cannot
so,
loop the music. I have to finish with that one. What do you think about background music in podcasts, Daniel? What do you think about that? Do you have an opinion?
Well, you know, I made one, right? I mean, I made a background music for the segment that we're about to do. So
that's
in
true.
general, I guess.
But I mean, what about like the entire show has a background track behind
No.
it? You don't
No.
like that?
no, I do not.
Because I think that can be done effectively and also prevent you from having weird noise in the background, like air conditioning and stuff like that. I mean, you can use noise removal,
So
but
years ago, there was a podcast called Archer Radio, and that's what he would do in order to cover up his background noise, is he would play music during the whole show. And I found it so distracting. I think I even voiced that on an Archer gangbang once, that how distracting I found it, because suddenly I find myself listening to the song instead of listening to what they're saying, and so
they just play elevator music. You know, just not something that you'd really want to listen to on its own. Just jazzy Kenny G, for instance. You know, some Kenny G in the background.
I gotta find you remember that music that I just talked about 2 seconds ago?
Yeah, but am I?
No, we're gonna do the thing as soon as I find the other.
Oh, okay. Thing. Okay, good. Everyone listening, we're gonna do the thing people. As soon as we do the thing, and then
I don't know where that damn song is. Where did I put that song?
So Cyclone in the chat room says it seems like an attempt to cover the cries and screams of the prisoners. But I want to know, Cyclone, first of all, a little quiet, little jazzy song under you when you're talking would not mask cries and screams, first of all. Cries and screams, they're loud. But then also, why would a podcaster have prisoners? That doesn't make sense at all. Are there, I'm thinking maybe mafia people, drug smuggler, or like, human traffickers. But it's not like you tuned in and you're just like, hello, everyone, and welcome to the Human Trafficking Podcast. I'm your host. What would a human trafficker's name be?
Paul Bearer.
I'm your host, Billy. And
Billy the body trafficker. Adam. Each and every week, our executive producer, Cyclone, sends us an enormous pile of information that is tediously researched and put together, all about things that happened on this day in some year. And today it's for April 9th. This is from the Mix Minus Research Center Archives and Test Kitchen. Today, Adam, is National Name Yourself Day.
I actually want to change my name, so today would have been a good day for me to go down and do it.
What would you like to be known as for the rest of the day?
Adam.
Okay, great. For the next 34 minutes until the day is over, I will call you Adam. It's also National Unicorn Day.
I knew that because I saw a post on Twitter or somewhere where someone had made those funfetti cake things, but they were in the shape of unicorns. And they said, Happy Unicorn Day, everyone. So I knew that, actually.
Huh. Did you know, here's 5 facts about unicorns that you might not know. Number 1, he who cannot be named in the Philosopher's Stone is made to drink unicorn blood to stay alive.
Yes.
Number 2, gold unicorn at the ball. Bullet star Rainier.
Ballet star.
Ballet star. Are you reading this? Rainer Krensetter dressed up as a unicorn at the Life Ball in Vienna, Austria.
I did not know that, but it would have been more interesting if it was a bullet star, because I don't know what that is, but it is a ballet star. So, yeah.
Number 3, in Warsaw's National Museum, there's a statue of the Virgin Mary holding a unicorn on her lap.
No idea. I've never been to Warsaw, so that's,
Maybe, here's a thought. Maybe it wasn't a horn. Maybe it was its penis. Maybe that's how she got pregnant. Number 4, the word unicorn comes from the Latin word unus, meaning one, and cornu, meaning horn.
So is that where one of the names of Auntie Vera's little doggy children came from?
Yes.
Is
Yep.
Unus meaning
Eunice,
one?
Meaning one. And that's why Eunice was so upset when Howard came along, because she thought she was the one. And finally, Adam, legend says a unicorn may pierce the heart of a liar with its horn.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Didn't know.
I wonder if they mean like liar, like the instrument.
The instrument? No. Well, that's spelled differently, so they probably don't.
On this day in 1984, the Department of Public Health closes the city's bathhouse in the belief that they contribute to the spread of AIDS. The decision comes after a heated, divisive debate between gay men who believe that the baths can be used as a forum for safe sex education and those who see them as contributing to the spread of the epidemic. Did I not say San Francisco?
I think you did. It says safer sex education.
I love how you're reading the same thing I am, and instead of adding to it, you're just picking over the things that I read.
Okay, so here's my opinion of that. There was probably if that happened today,
Yes.
I would say no, do not close the baths. But back then, they didn't have enough information, and they were trying to do anything they could to slow the spread because it was like this major thing. Now we know what causes it. We know how to prevent it, all that kind of stuff. So I think it would be different today if that were to happen, and it would be very discriminatory. Whereas back then, it was probably less. So
yeah, I feel like in fairness, by 1984, we were well aware of how AIDS was transmitted, and that was their point was, hey, we can hand out condoms at bathhouses and like make it socially unacceptable for people to not use them. Like we can help end this, but if you send us back to like hooking up in the back alleys and stuff like that, then there's nobody there handing out condoms. So
true.
That was the argument, I believe, at the time.
I'm gonna start. That would be a good pastime, a good hobby. Go hand out condoms in parks and back alleys.
Wow.
Just
special Disney-related news for April 9th. In 1961, at Disneyland, Walt Disney himself dedicated the Snow White Wishing Well and Grotto.
Is that in? I don't know anything about Disneyland, Daniel.
It's next to that little playhouse that they like to call a castle. It's right out in front of that. It's
I'm a Disney World person.
Grotto, the grotto runs the risk of dwarfing the castle, is what I want to say. So, just thought I'd let you know.
Okay.
In 2009,
it is a small castle. I have been there.
Yes.
And it is a very. You think. What did they? Is that like a Mattel? My First Castle or something?
I think the thing that makes it worse. The thing that makes it worse is Disneyland is 75 years old ish, and the trees in Disneyland are 75 years old, and they have now grown to dwarf the castle. It's like I feel like the trees are just way bigger than the castle.
My house is bigger than that castle at Disneyland.
Yeah. Well, but I mean that's not hard to do. It's basically a hallway. It's a hallway between the hub and Fantasyland.
It is. I don't want to disparage Disneyland. I'm
Donna
sorry.
Sugars in the chat room is saying that Floridians are all size queens.
Huh.
Okay, and your point?
I'm not a Floridian though. I just want to call out. I'm an Arkansan.
In 2009, Disney World continued to test the new Characters in Flight balloon attraction at downtown Disney, located next to the bridge in the Western. It'll be able to float some 400. Yeah, that is there. That balloon is still there at Disney Springs, and you can take it up. You can see 10 miles in all directions.
Also, that's very interesting. Also, I just wanted to call out that Simone in this season of Drag Race is from Arkansas.
Do you have a flag factory in Arkansas?
A flag factory? I should get that, but I don't. Keep going.
On April 9th in 1959, NASA introduced America to the very first astronauts. Now, without looking, can you name one of the original astronauts?
What was Buzz Aldrin?
Mercury. So this has been Project Mercury.
Tom Smellington. No, I don't know.
Buzz Aldrin, did you say? No, Buzz Aldrin.
Neil Armstrong.
Neil Armstrong was not. He was an Apollo astronaut. The original Mercury astronauts were Gus Grissom, Walter Schirra, Alan Shepard, Donald Slayton, and Gordon Cooper, and Scott Carpenter, and John Glenn. God, I can't talk.
Oh, Cyclone says Tom Bergeron.
Yes, Tom
I don't know
Bergeron
why.
Was indeed one of the 7 Mercury astronauts. Are you watching that show on Apple that I keep telling you is really great?
No, we watched a few episodes and we didn't enjoy it. I don't know why this always happens when you recommend something.
In 1962, Rita Moreno became the first Hispanic woman to win an Oscar.
Oh wow, she's yeah, I know her. I mean, not
Yeah.
personally.
She was on the
but
Electric Company.
Yeah.
Yeah.
She also
She was the one that, hey, you guys. She was that guy.
she's in One Day at a Time right now. I don't know if it's been canceled. It was canceled so many times. First it was on Netflix, then it went somewhere else, and then it went to some other station that no one has. It was a good show though. I liked it.
On April 9th, 2005, Prince Charles and Camilla Parker Bowles wed. 8 years after Princess Diana's death. Exciting, huh? Did you hear the news today?
Poor Diana. Yeah, what's his name?
Yeah, that
died.
guy that none of us can think of his name.
Prince.
Philip? Is it Philip?
Yeah, I think it
Prince
was.
Philip? Prince Philip?
Philip.
I think.
Philip Edward the Second. I don't know. I think it was Philip. John. Yeah, probably Philip. He was 99. So I mean, you know, I'm sad for him. For the Queen.
But not so sad that you...
Well, you know, 99's... Now, if Betty White dies, she's 99 as well. Then...
That's a national tragedy there.
Yeah, I heard about that, though. It was on Good Morning America this morning.
You watch Good Morning America? I watched the Today Show.
No, we are a Good Morning America household in this house. And in fact, my entire life, I've only ever watched Good Morning America. Even when I was little... ABC was our station. That's what we watched. And back then it was, what's his name and what's her name? Joan London and Peter Dow. I don't know. The other guy. Charlie Charles.
Yeah, good old Charlie Charles. He was...
it was Joan London and I can't remember the guy's name. It was Charlie something, I think. Mm-hmm. Anyway, keep going.
And finally, Adam, before we move on to the movies and the birthdays, I just wanted to say that on the cover of the Weekly World News 25 years ago, the Dead Sea Scrolls reveal the future. Blockbuster.
Folks, we're sorry. The COVID vaccine is kicking in. And
it's making my tongue too big for my mouth. Blockbuster predictions include the economic boom of 1996. Jesus Christ returns to Earth this fall. And the exact date that the world will end.
Oh. Coming this fall to a planet near
Jesus
you.
Christ. Coming this fall, that darn Jesus. He heals the sick, he feeds the poor, but he can't pay his rent on time. It's that darn Elvis on ABC. I don't know if you know about this, Adam, but there's a weird place out in New Mexico. People call it the Devil's Triangle in the desert, where 17 people vanished without a trace.
Is that like the Bermuda Triangle, but it's the desert version of that?
A Chicago family's disappearance on New Mexico highway stuns cops.
Now, I was not aware of that, Daniel, but I did work with a girl named Robin who is from Roswell, New Mexico. I think she's an alien.
Could be. And finally, Adam, historians reveal that Napoleon invented the whoopee cushion. Turns out that the military genius was also a practical joker. So there you go, Adam. That's the from the Mixed Minus Research Center. We have a couple of other things
I would
that
like
need
to.
get to here. Yes.
I'm sorry to interrupt you, Daniel, but I would like to call out a comment in the chat room. Cyclone says, now we appreciate Donna Sugars with 2 minutes of news. I would like to point out that Cyclone provides us with that news. So we're going to read whatever you send us, Cyclone. If you want it to be 2 minutes, then you need to, you need to send us 2 minutes worth of material, my friend.
I can put the timer. All right, Adam, there was a #1 movie on April 9th of some year, had the following song in it. It's not the theme song, but it's a song from the movie. Adam, name the movie that this is a song from.
4, 3, 2. Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. Tonight is the very special feature of this very special show. From Belgium, we are going to bring you the voice of a very dedicated young woman.
Well, that's Ed Sullivan.
Hold on.
Now, ladies and gentlemen, here is the singing.
Oh, well,
Yeah, I was trying to cut that out here. I think you know now.
Dominique, Nika, Nika, I will tell of Dominique. His good
It's,
to play.
The Money Pit. No, I'm just kidding. It's not. It's the Singing Nun, Daniel.
It is, in fact, the Singing Nun. Yes. Can you tell me who the Singing Nun is?
Why do I want to say Sally Field? I don't think that's correct. I think
No,
she was the flying nun.
Yeah, she was the flying nun. It turns out. The Singing Nun was Debbie Reynolds.
If I said the...
Debbie.
Oh, sorry.
What the fuck was that?
I was trying to do something and I failed. Forget it.
What is that the music to? That sounds so familiar.
Oh, it's just a timer that I think we use sometimes.
Oh, that's right. I sent it to you. Oh, okay. I remember what it was. Okay, now, it's all right.
Yeah.
So, yeah. I really should put these on buttons. But Adam, I keep saying your name too much. That's what it is. We would like to say a very, very happy birthday. I had to find the page to Little Nas X, who turned 22 years old. Have you seen his new video that
I've seen bits and pieces, but not the whole thing.
Jackie Ivanko turned 21. Elle Fanning, 23. Kristen Stewart turned 31. Jesse McCartney turned 34. And Keisha Knight Pulliam, 42. Little Rudy from The Cosby Show, 42 years old.
I know her. Yeah. I mean, not in person, but...
Let's see, who else do I recognize on this whole list? Cynthia Nixon turned 55. Mark Jacobs turned 58. Joe Scarborough turned 58. And Dennis Quaid turned 67. Someone who died was, of course, Hugh Hefner, who also had his birthday on this day. So
apparently the Playboy Mansion really went downhill as Hugh Hefner got older.
Yeah, it did.
It took a lot of work.
Well, it's because his eyesight got worse, and so he wasn't paying attention to. Let me tell you, someone who's cleaning out a house that someone's lived in, for that long, it's not always great. Adam, also, I left this off here, but the in April 9th, Michael Learned turned 82. Michael Learned, you know who Michael Learned is?
The name sounds familiar, but is there a picture? Oh, I looked.
I will play a sound.
It's not a
he.
It's not a he. It's a she.
Now get some sleep.
Night, everybody.
Good night, Mama. Good night, Ben.
Good night, everyone.
Good night, Mama.
Good night, John Boy.
Good night, children.
Good night, Mary Ellen.
Good night, Elizabeth.
Good night, John Boy. Good night, Jim Bob. Good night, Jim Bob.
Good night, Jim Bob.
What's going on? I was asleep. What's everybody doing? Good night.
Good night, Jim Bob. Go to sleep.
Well, that's the end of the Waltons, but I looked.
Oops, sorry. Yeah, Michael Learned was
she's the mom.
Yeah, she was the mom.
The mom.
And she was also, I believe, she was on Emergency. She was a character actor in the 70s. She did a lot of things before the Waltons, and after the Waltons too. I seem to recall her being on several movie of the weeks.
Yeah, I did not watch the Waltons. It was not. I also didn't watch the Beverly Hillbillies. Although I feel like my brother or someone in the house may have enjoyed the Beverly Hillbillies. I liked the Munsters and Bewitched.
I have a cute story about the Munsters.
And I Dream of Jeannie. Mm-hmm. Do you see a theme here?
I do.
They're all the fantasy based.
Mm-hmm, mm-hmm. I watched most of those. I watched, but I also watched the Waltons, and because as a kid, I didn't get to choose what was on the TV. I just had to watch what was on the TV. When you're the youngest child, you don't get the rights to turn the TV channel because, back then, back in the 30s, we only had one TV, Adam. So...
Yeah, you couldn't go to, my dad bought me a portable TV, a portable black and white television when I was 8 or 9 years old.
Crazy.
And it had an antenna attached to it.
When I was 9, they didn't have portable TVs. Anyway, Adam, let's wrap this up here. What do you tell me about this? You were pegged? You were bothered?
Yeah, I know. So
pestered. I'm trying to say the word pestered, and it's coming out pegged.
I was pegged
by someone.
I think there's another. I think Pegging is something else.
It
I don't
is.
know
It
if
is something else entirely. But talk about soliciting. So yeah, you were pestered by a solicitor.
I know I've talked about this before, Dad, but the reason I'm bringing it up is because Mark was perplexed. Not perplexed is the wrong word. He was shocked by my response.
Shocked, I tell you.
So, I've talked about several times that I feel, what's the word for it? My home is my shelter. It's my solitude. It's my place that I go to be away from all of that. Mm-hmm. And I really hate when people come to my door, ring my doorbell, and try to sell things to me.
Common people.
I hate it. I hate it.
Tracking their commonness.
Oh my God, I wish I had a gate. That would be so wonderful. If I lived in, oh my goodness, if I lived in a mansion with a gate, that would be fantastic. But
do you not have a fence in your front yard?
No, the backyard is fenced. The front yard, you just walk up to the door. Anyway, so.
Do you have a sign on your door that says no solicitors?
Well, no, I do not, but I'm thinking about ordering one. I'm just thinking, could I?
I don't know. I don't know if you can afford that $6 for that sign.
But I want to get one that's nice looking though, that looks like a plaque or something like you'd see on a hotel. Not one of those plastic, cheap looking.
Yeah, you should just order some nice wood. I think there's a YouTube video over on the Craft Castle.
Beware of the dog, that sort of thing. They're orange. So, maybe he would just make me one.
Oh, Baron Frost?
Yeah.
It's no longer the Craft Castle. Now it's like Seventh Signal or Seventh Sun or something like that.
Well, he could still make me a craft.
He could. He can make you a tarot card.
So.
That says no solicitors. It's the 0 of solicitors.
Or, Ricky Burton could make me. He actually makes greeting cards. He could make a fancy no soliciting.
We're on to something here, Adam.
sign.
I think when the solicitors show up, you should offer to read their tarot cards. And as you place them down, it's like, we have the 0 of solicitors. This means that you should leave.
So, not peasant. So, I want to clear something up. Because TB in the chat room says, the peasants? And he puts a picture of Mariah Carey, which is actually fitting because I'm a fan of Mariah Carey. But anyway, regardless, I don't know if TB knew that about me, but I'm a Mariah Carey fan.
If Mariah Carey showed up at your door, would you be angry that she stepped across your yard?
Actually, yes, because I need advance warning before people show up. But what I would say is the rest of my story is,
yes,
I don't like it when people come up, and it's not because I think they're lower. It doesn't matter who it is. The president could be at the door. I would be pissed off because I want to relax at home, but especially someone who's trying to sell me something. I don't like to buy cars. I don't like to go to furniture stores because they walk up to you and bombard you with questions and follow you around and shit. I don't like it. And so, we had Girl Scouts come up, and luckily Mark answered the door because that would have stressed me out as well because I'm also on a diet, and he bought cookies from them. But anyway, this guy comes up to the door, and I'm eating my lunch. I had 8 meetings in a row or something. And I have to pick up Sydney because she's going to run out in the yard, and I answer the door. Because our door, you can see that there are people in the living room from our door. It's not clear. It's obfuscated. It's blurry. It's frosted.
Yeah.
But you can still tell there are people in there, so we can't hide.
Why do you need to hide? It's your
they'll
house.
See us moving.
Have you tried using these 2 words? Go away.
No. So anyway, I answered the door, but I had to pick Sydney up, and I go, and he's wearing a True Green baseball cap, which is a lawn service.
Right, yeah. Maybe he heard your scathing review of them on one of your podcasts.
Well, no, it's not our lawn service. It's a different lawn service. We have Ace of Blades.
Maybe he heard your scathing review of Ace of Blades and he was there to help.
Maybe. So anyway, Ace of Blades had literally, and I'm not even joking, been here 3 hours earlier to do a treatment in our yard.
Not 3 hours prior.
So I answered the door, and I did not because normally what you'll do is you'll fall into that trap of starting to argue with them. of saying, well, I've already got a blah, blah, blah. And then they're like, oh, but we're much cheaper. Let me show you. And then you're like, no, I'm not. Oh, are you sure? And, they'll have an answer for everything you say. So before he even talked, I opened the door. I said, hello. I said, I see that you're with True Green. We already have a lawn service and they were just here today. We're in a contract and I really don't have time to talk. Thank you. And I closed the door.
Yes.
I thought I was perfectly nice. Mark said, oh my God, you were so rude to that guy. You didn't even give him a chance to talk. And I said, no. You cannot give them a chance to speak. That's where they get you.
That's how they get you.
So that is now how Mark thinks that I'm being completely rude, but I'm just like, you know what? I'm sorry. I don't want people to come up to my house and bother me. I said it politely. I said, thank you. I said, I don't really have time today and we've already got a contract with another company. Have a nice day. And I closed the door. I didn't want to give him time to say anything.
Okay.
So how do you handle it? How do you handle it when people come to your door?
I don't know. But actually, our window next to our door is not frosted. It's clear. I'll walk and look out the window and see who they are, and I'll just shake my head no and walk away.
Oh, okay.
So I just, it's like.
Well, normally normally what I do if I'm not close to the door or I'm in a different room is I will let Mark answer the door. But poor Mark, he will talk to them for 10 minutes.
That's probably why he bought those cookies. He brought the cookies so that he could offer them to the other solicitors that came up to their door.
You cannot give them an inch. They will take 10 minutes. They'll just keep talking.
I don't think your measurements lined up there. If you give them an inch, they'll take 10 minutes.
Yes.
Oh, okay.
Exactly.
So now we've got time and measurements. It's weird, Adam. It's just like a whole stupid thing there. I don't know how to use this mixer anymore. Maybe I should download the beta.
You need the beta 2.1.2b or something, whatever it is.
I wonder if Archer got the beta software.
Probably not, because Archer's not very technical. So he's probably like, what's a beta?
That was such a rapid transition to that topic there that some people might think that I just edited some weird thing out. I didn't. I just abruptly changed topics.
But I did get this thing. If I go, Daniel, I'm sick of these, these solicitors. They're such a I can't do that.
I love how you don't say that. You can just go ahead and say the word while you push the button.
But what if I don't push the button at the right time?
Oh my God, you might say the word shit.
Daniel, those stupid solicitors that come up in my house and
our email is contact@mixminuspodcast.com. You can leave us a voicemail by going to voicemail.mixminuspodcast.com. We'd love to hear from you. We like that contact theme. We'd like to play it. So give us a call. Please. See you next week.
I'm sick of these people.
So, fun fact, Cyclone posted a picture of Sheldon spraying Lysol with his shirt around his face in the chat room. Sheldon from Big Bang Theory. Fun fact, I just saw that episode. It's from season 1, and that is the episode where he teaches Penny how to sing Soft Kitty, Warm Kitty.
Oh, that was such an annoying song. I actually miss, I'm not a big 30-minute sitcom watcher, or I've gotten out of the habit of, I'm very much an old man. I'm very much a 1 hour procedural sort of, that's just my thing. But we really enjoyed, we've really started enjoying a few different 30-minute sitcoms. So we really liked Big Bang. We watched the whole thing. And we like Young Sheldon, and more Mark than me, but I enjoy it okay. We also like American Housewife with Katie Mixon or whatever her name is. But we needed another. It did serve as a good thing for us to watch at night before we go to bed, because we like to watch something light and funny. And a lot of times we'll watch Good Mythical Morning at night right before we go to bed. But they don't do an episode on the weekends, and they're on vacation right now. So they don't. So we decided we were going to try How I Met Your Mother. And everyone raved over How I Met Your Mother and how good it was, and everyone loved it, and it was on for 8 years or something crazy, maybe even longer. I don't know. And we like it okay, but it's not nearly as good to us as Big Bang Theory was.
I feel
So I
like a lot of things are products of their time, but how far into How I Met Your Mother are you?
We're still watching it. I'm just saying we don't like it
what
as much,
season?
but we are
Like what-
still in season 1.
Yeah, so season 1 is kind of rough on How I Met Your Mother. It's still good, but I think when people really praise How I Met Your Mother, it was like the 3rd and 4th seasons when they had all hit their stride and stuff. It's one of those, it's very Star Trek in the sense that it starts off a little bit shaky, but then it gets better as it goes along. Yeah. Are we off YouTube?
Not yet, but I was about to. So anyone that's on YouTube, you'll either need to go to pride48.com and click on the or tune in or however. We'll still be on audio.
Go to our Discord.
But we're going to disconnect the video. The Discord as well.